Well guys, we finally made it to 2025, and what's crazy is 2024 was actually a pretty wild year. I mean, we got to play the very first demo build of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at Summer Game Fest, and not only that, I had the honor and opportunity to be able to meet a lot of you guys at events like EVO, Anime Impulse, and even Sonic Expo. But there is also the flip side, where on the last few days of the year, my YouTube channel got hacked. So again, pretty crazy year overall. Of course, there were more things that happened in the year that were like good, but still a crazy year. But now that we're in 2025, I'm hoping that we're able to push the bar even further to have an even better year than last year. But of course, this journey wouldn't even be possible without the support of you guys, especially with what happened a few days ago with my account getting hacked. You guys have been with me every step of the way, and I think that's a complete understatement. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have been showing the channel. Again, I always thank you guys every single year, and I stand by saying every single year, you guys are the driving force of the channel. Your support is what allows me to continue doing this. And again, especially a few days ago, you guys really showed your support for sure. So again, I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. So from me to you, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. All of you guys are absolutely wonderful. Now, let's talk about content. So starting with Dragon Ball Legends, as usual, it's not going anywhere. Now, I will say last year wasn't really the best year for Legends. The first half of last year was actually pretty solid. The second half of last year really wasn't. So I'm hoping that this year they kind of, up the ante a bit. Actually, that's an understatement. They really need to raise the bar, because I really do want the 7th anniversary to be something special, because the number 7 being relatively synonymous with Dragon Ball because of the 7 Dragon Balls. So 7th anniversary is happening this year at the, during the middle of the year around summertime. So here's hoping that they do something crazy or creative. I mean, I do know that they had a news post saying that there's going to be like a super big update, more grand than anything we've ever seen before. So that's something to look forward to for the 7th anniversary. But in terms of content, Legends isn't going anywhere. It's staying right here as it always has. And hopefully this year, there'll be a stronger slew of content to cover than there was last year. Next up is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, we have been covering that game. I did an entire playthrough of Goku's story. I covered a lot of characters, made some unique videos tying it with Dragon Ball Legends even. But in terms of relatively consistent content, there's not really much to do in Sparking Zero right now, but we are expecting some DLC as well. I believe the first DLC pack should be releasing within the next few months, and we already know that DLC pack will be Superhero. So in terms of covering that game, I think it's going to be relatively similar to how I cover Xenoverse 2, where when we get new DLC, I'll cover the DLC characters individually. So yeah, first DLC pack should be Superhero, and we know for sure Gamma 1 and 2, of course, Beast Go and all that stuff, should be in that DLC pack. So there's probably going to be a lot of videos for the DLC packs that drop. And if they do have, if we're lucky anyway, they have DLC stories, then I'll make sure to cover those as well. I don't know if it's necessarily going to tie with specific characters, or if it's just going to be movie story DLC or whatever, because we don't even know if it's going to happen. But if there is DLC for the story mode, I will absolutely be covering that as well, just to kind of keep it moving towards what was already covered, because I'm pretty sure Goku's story pretty much covers everything. So yeah, Sparking Zero, the DLC will be dropping this year, and I will be covering those much like how I cover Xenoverse 2's DLC. And on the topic of Xenoverse 2, that content is also not going anywhere. I primarily cover Xenoverse 2 when it comes down to the DLCs. So again, DLC story. I mean, we've been covering Xenoverse 2 for almost a decade. Actually, next year, 2026, would be the 10th year of Xenoverse 2, and the story mode is still going on. We would have been covering that story mode for a decade, which I have never done for any game in my entire life. So, I mean, a part of me wanted to get that far now, but putting that to the side, Xenoverse 2 content isn't going anywhere, but remember, I really only cover it now for the DLC characters and the DLC story. So I believe in the last DLC pack, it was the characters that we got were Goku Mini. It was the super villain full power or ultra super villain full power Jordyn, and then Belmont. And then the story was in relation to Belmont and the ultra super villain full power Jordyn. So yeah, Xenoverse 2, it's not going anywhere. I don't know what's gonna be in DLC. I can't believe I'm saying this. DLC 19, but once we get that information, then we'll get the ball rolling with content for that. The next game to talk about is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because I don't really think people know this, but Kakarot's not done. There's more confirmed DLC, and the next story pack they'll be dropping for Kakarot is none other than Daima. So we know that they're going to be venturing through the demon realm and all that stuff. We had like small snippets of gameplay from like the last trailer that they showed, but yes, Kakarot also not going anywhere. Of course, since it's a story-based game, there's not really much to cover unless it's related to the story. So since we've already covered all the DLC so far, we have to wait until we get more content for that before we're able to cover it. So again, I love doing like my playthrough for Kakarot because of the fact that it's just a chill experience. Really don't have to worry about like putting my face on the screen or anything of the sort. I can just sit down, play a game, and upload it for you guys to enjoy and hopefully, go through the experience with me. So again, we do know that the Daima saga will be covered in Kakarot, and I will be covering that on my channel as well. This is the last Dragon Ball game that comes to mind in terms of coverage, but the last game I want to talk about is Dragon Ball Project Multi. Oh my, guys, y'all genuinely do not understand. That beta that we got to experience was incredible. Y'all really don't understand how much I miss playing Dragon Ball Project Multi. That game was so much fun. And again, it's made by Ganbarion, who are the developers of Dragon Ball Fusions. That's another reason as to why the quality of the game was so good. So, Dragon Ball Project Multi, I'm pretty sure that game is supposed to be getting more information this year. I don't remember if it was releasing this year or whatever the case may be, but if it does release this year, we are absolutely covering that game to, I'll say, the best of our abilities on the channel, because although it does seem like a really fun game, it seems more like a streaming game at the same time. So in terms of coverage, I'm definitely covering it on my YouTube channel, for sure, but as much as I can up until the point where, okay, we've covered it on YouTube a lot, now it's time to really stream it type thing. But I mean, if the content does well, then yeah, I'll keep on pumping out content on YouTube, but it seems more like a streaming game. We'll figure things out as time goes on, but one thing's for sure, Dragon Ball Project Multi, I'm absolutely covering that game. It is so much fun. Outside of Dragon Ball, there are a few other things that I do want to cover. And the first one is Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. I did say that I wanted to cover the game last year in 2024, but the game never released. Why? I have no idea. But Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, if for whatever reason we do get a beta, or at least in the United States, because there's been betas outside of the States, but there haven't been any in the States. But if there is a beta in the United States this year, or the game actually releases this year, I am going to be covering that game, but I'm going to be covering that on Twitch. It seems more like a game tailored to that platform where I can just stream casually and have you guys just along with the journey with me. So again, I am still interested in covering Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, but we'll be doing that on Twitch. And I guess to one up from that as well, Kingdom Hearts 4, if we do get any type of info for that, I'm going to be doing reaction videos on YouTube, but I'll be covering Kingdom Hearts 4 on Twitch. And the main reason is because when it came down to Kingdom Hearts 3, I covered that game and the DLC all on Twitch. So again, Kingdom Hearts gameplay and all that stuff, reactions on YouTube, gameplay on Twitch. Next up is the Nintendo Switch successor. I know people are calling it the Switch 2 right now. I mean, I want to see the device already, right? We know that the Switch 2, I'll just refer to it as that for now, will be getting announced by March of this year. That's when the fiscal year ends. So, and they've already confirmed that they'll announce it by then. So again, we have a few months left until they will unveil the device. And once it happens, we should be getting like a good like flow of info concerning that, right? Of course, I'll be uploading reactions and all that stuff. But when that device releases, I'll be doing what I did with the Nintendo Switch, which is I will do a live stream on Twitch, unboxing the device, getting it set up, and then whatever games come with it, we'll just play on stream. And I'll probably end up doing like a type of playthrough, especially if there's a new Mario game that releases alongside the device as well. But I'm excited for what Nintendo has to offer this year. So when it comes down to that Switch successor, I'm excited, and I hope that you guys are excited too. But the main coverage for that device, alongside with the initial games, I should say, will also be on Twitch. And finally, this last thing I want to talk about is a very personal thing that I do want to let you guys know about. But if you've been at my Twitch streams, then you probably do know what I'm about to talk about. But if you haven't been there, you're about to find out now. So, if you guys don't know, voice acting is something that is very important to me. It's been a passion of mine ever since I was young, and I often found myself imitating, people that I would hear either on TV, movies, video games, etc. But I realized that though I was intrigued with voice acting, I never really pursued it. I had like a slight wave where I did, because I have entered voice acting competitions years ago on Twitter. But now I don't want that to just be a fleeting dream, right? Where, as time goes on, thoughts in my mind turn into, man, what would have happened if I pursued this, right? I want to at least try to make something of it. And of course, there's plenty of room for improvement with me and my voice and all that stuff, which is why this year I am actually going to start pursuing voice acting. I'm actually in the process of getting one of my rooms set up for that specific purpose. I got sound treatment as much as I could right now. I'm still in the process of treating the room a bit more, so that way, it's a bit more quieter in the room, and, I won't really have to worry about noises and all that stuff. I got a new microphone specifically for that, all sorts of stuff. But it is something that I do want to pursue heavily now. And not only that, I do want to start taking voice acting, classes and lessons and all that stuff to improve. So that way, maybe one day you'll hear my voice in a commercial. You'll hear my voice in maybe one of your favorite TV shows or anime, or you'll hear my voice in a video game for maybe a character that you may resonate with or just like in general. You never know. But I at least want to try to make something of this if it's possible. And of course, the journey isn't going to be a quick one. It's probably going to take many, many years. But throughout that journey, I at least want to experience it and give it a fair shot. Because again, I really don't want it to come to the point of me thinking years from now, man, what would have happened if I pursued voice acting? I don't want it to be a dream. Let's turn it into a reality. So this year, I am going to be focusing on pursuing voice acting as well. And once I get my room treated for sound and whatnot, the first thing I'm gonna do is start taking classes and lessons and all that stuff to improve. So here's hoping, because if we can really make this work, that will be absolutely amazing. But that's about it. We had a lot of things to talk about this time around, a lot of things. But I'm at least glad that we got to, sort everything and, talk about all sorts of things that are gonna be happening this year. I really want this year to be the year of possibilities, right? The way how I kind of view it was last year was the year of dreams, let's set goals and whatnot. This year, I want it to be, the year where those goals are pursued or achieved. So again, not only just for myself, but for you guys as well. So if you had goals in 2024, where you're probably working towards it, or you may just be starting off your journey, let's turn those goals into achievements this year. So this is gonna be the year of achievements, where we strive for greatness. And, focusing back on content and whatnot, again, Lots of Dragon Ball content will be coming to the channel this year. When it comes down to a bit more diverse content, like, you know, some Nintendo games, Kingdom Hearts if we're lucky, and probably some other stuff that gets announced down the line as well, those will be covered on Twitch. But, of course, like I said in the beginning of the video, none of this would even be possible without you guys' support. I say it every single year, and I'll continue to say it so long as, you know, this journey continues with content creation. So, again, from the bottom of my heart to you guys, thank you guys so much for all of the love and support that you guys always show for this entire content creation journey, both on YouTube, Twitch, and any other social media platform that I'm on. You guys are absolutely incredible. And again, without you guys, I wouldn't even be here right now. So again, thank you guys so much for all of the support, and let's make 2025 a fantastic year. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.